Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to continue our playthrough of Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express. This is part 7, episode 7 of the playthrough. So if you haven't already, we'd really appreciate it if you go back and check out the other episodes. Unless you've been keeping up with it all, then by all means continue watching along. But before we get into it, I'd really appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to be notified of future goodness. Now, last episode, or previously on the Murder on the Orient Express, we had to do a little interrogating on the train, go and ask some questions to the passengers and the staff on the train in regards to a handkerchief with the letter H inscribed on it, embroidered. And we discovered that it belonged to one Mrs. Dragmirov. And Poirot suspects that because the handkerchief was found in Mr. Ratchet's room, or cabin, it meant that something shady was happening. So she is now suspect number 1 in the murder of Mr. Ratchet. However, she's not going to give herself up that easily. So yes, this is a very interesting investigation indeed. Alright, I think it's time that we continue on with our deductions and investigations.
4 long years passed without anything new. Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark. A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up. Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for a vacation. Well, I can dream, can't I? Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case, and then this. Michael Clark, the sarcastic reporter, my prime suspect in the kidnapping, murdered 4 years ago? Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case, and then this. Michael Clark, the sarcastic reporter. This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board. Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
There's something about this particular evidence.
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
Oh. Hold on. Do we need to... Is this a D20? No. No, it's a 12-sided die. Keychain. Alright. Well, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No? I wonder. Must be something else about it. That is a knife. Does this have something to do with the fact that kind of looks like sensory toys, to be honest? Oh, okay. Oh. Wait, maybe it's upside down. Oh, here we go. There we go. Aha! Ooh, USB.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
I don't know what else to do. With these keys, I mean...
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
Oh, another puzzle. Oh.
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
I'm not quite sure what else to do with you. Oh, maybe it's... Ah. Uh-huh.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
Interesting. So then what's the puzzle with this one? Has to be something. No. There's gotta be something with that, but I'm not quite sure what. I might come back to that.
So clever. All that evidence, and yet no DNA found. The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's. Fluffy. Daisy's plush toy.
The only one that I still haven't been able to figure out is this one. This is the moment where I decided to just Google it. Okay.
What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds. Cyanide.
Okay. Cyanide, huh? Alright, murder board. Connect two items in the board together to create a link between them and make conclusions about the investigation. Alright, Michael Clark, journalist found dead yesterday, but that...
I knew it! The faces don't match at all. They are clearly two different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
Are there any others? Is that it? Computer. Facial recognition.
Okay. The real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years, but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake. That could be him, but he looks pretty different. No, this isn't it. Think! Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
No, okay.
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still, it's the same person.
Alright, so beard. Hair.
All right.
Glasses.
Nice.
And his nose.
He's changed his appearance a lot. Probably had some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
Samuel Ratcher arrested. Arrested November 23, 2023 at Yerevan Airport in Armenia in possession of stolen ancient artifacts. The three Mesopotamian statues were confiscated and placed under sequestration by the court. The man paid bail. The trial is set for January 5th, 2024. No.
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
Okay.
It's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Roland Defense
Intensely, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a little? Because, it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Ratchet?
Samuel Ratchet. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
Alright, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Nope. And... okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
Cookbook? What? Okay. Alright, back to here. Check out the email.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Alrighty. Now, USB. Massachusetts Cassetti.
Shaved off the Metro beard. But I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Yep.
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
I think that's it.
Absolutely nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Alright, we got nothing else.
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Alright, back to the board. Few extra pieces to add. Okay, now.
So, Ratchet's real name was Cassetti.
And traveling
This is Ratchet's ticket.
on the Orient Express. Ransom. Ah.
This tattoo is the same on both pictures.
Okay. Edward Masterman. Wait, really? Masterman? Then who's that? Hector. Oh, yeah. Okay, his secretary. Right. Okay, so they're traveling together. So does that mean... Is he running off with the ransom? No.
The person traveling with Ratchet has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
There's that one. April 2nd, 2019, decorated soldier Colonel John Armstrong fought his last battle against an enemy he could not defeat, grief. After the kidnapping and murder of his daughter, he lost his wife and a second child in childbirth. Then the suicide of the main suspect in the death of his daughter deprived him of any justice. Facing an empty life in that tragic house, Colonel Armstrong took his own life. Many of his former command were on hand today for a commemorative ceremony, as were local officials and dignitaries. Wow, that's sad. What else do we have here? Okay. I feel like I'm missing something.
As Ratchet is alive, the dead man can only be Noah.
Is that... The body of a man was found dead in the forest near Watertown, a suburb of Boston. Death was caused by a single bullet fire from point-blank range. The face was deliberately disfigured with a hammer, and a $100 bill was found lodged in the victim's throat. The serial number of the bill was identified as part of the $1 million ransom from the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping. Oof, yikes. And so... No. No. Okay.
These tickets were all booked by McQueen.
Yeah, there you go. The tickets were booked by McQueen. And...
Goodbye, Michael Clark. Hello, Samuel Ratchet, the man who stole your identity and your life.
I think that's it. No? Hector McQueen.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board.
All right. Cool. All right, which means...
Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen. Here's what Hector McQueen looks like.
Okay. Does he have something to do with this? No. That's pretty much it. Is there anything else from the computer that we need? No. I think we got everything we need from the... Yep, Moby Dick.
I've read it probably 10 times already, but I can't get enough of it. Don't know why. Maybe because it helps me sleep?
Mm-hmm. How about that? Ooh.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
Alright. So it looks like...
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express. Ratchet will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week.
And... oh. So will McQueen.
Dr. McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week.
Cool. Anything else from that magazine that I need to know of? Uh-huh.
The event? Some old train. But that face, that man.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're done with that. So that means... No, hold on.
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
Oh no. Is he? Does he have something to do with
Foscarelli
it?
will be on the Orient Express next week.
Damn, Ratchet is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchet on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchet. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchet can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
Mm-hmm. Now what? Oh. Thank you very much. I'll take
Help
that.
yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
So we need to jump onto the computer and book ourselves a little train ticket.
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. Oh, it's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do? Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
Braid! It's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Okay. Stacy Johnson.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
I'm a journalist for a major online site.
I've had it with journalists. I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait. My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
Okay. This Stacy really doesn't understand what's happening here.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
I'll give you twice what you paid for the ticket.
You think I care about the money? You still don't get it, do you? I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait. Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids.
Do it for the kids,
Yeah.
Stacy.
All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take care of changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will. Thank you so much.
Wow. Didn't really take much convincing.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchet's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchet dead. You have pursued Ratchet with, one might say, a vengeance. This could lead someone to believe you are a suspect.
Mademoiselle, I admit that
But your story is credible. I believe you are innocent.
Yes, of course. That's clear.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchet's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No. I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
Okay. So now we just gotta interrogate Monsieur Michel.
snow.
Are you familiar with the concept of entropy, Monsieur McQueen?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, I didn't see you. Entropy? Randomness in a system or something?
Yes, unpredictability. Even the best laid plans can go astray, thanks to something as simple as...
An unexpected passenger?
perhaps, or snow.
Are you all right, Mr. Poirot? And Ms. Locke? Has she had symptoms again?
I didn't mean to disturb you, Doctor. Everything progresses satisfactorily.
Oh, okay. Oh. Train.
Book is a collector, and not surprisingly, he collects trains.
Cute. Alright. Oh.
I have nothing to ask them at the moment. I should leave them alone. Good evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have dragged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
I know you have sleeping pills, Fräulein.
I do have some. Do you think I'm the only person on this train who finds it difficult to sleep? I believe the Countess Andreni takes them. And I heard the Olsen woman thanking Mrs. Hubbard for a pill.
That was aspirin.
If you say so.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We? Time for what? Time for what, Madame Schmidt?
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor, poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor, poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
What could be the link between Miss Schmidt and the Armstrong affair? Princess Dragmirov's cook, the Armstrong cook, lady's companion to Sonia Armstrong.
I do not think that's the right answer. This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
Well, I guess there's only one option.
That's the right answer. Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out...
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
But... yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this, my darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
You're right, Mr. Book. This dessert is delicious. I'm glad we didn't wait for dinner.
I promise the entree will be superb as well.
Detective Locke, you are recovering well, I see.
Yes, I should be helping with the investigation. Do you know who drugged me?
It is early yet for conclusions. When I return, then we shall see.
Do not worry, Poirot. She is in good hands. Hotaru, Freya, and yours truly are looking after her.
Okay. Just want to double check. Who was the other person I need to interrogate? Mr. Michel. No. That's right. Haven't seen him in a while, so I'm gonna gander a guess and say probably back in the staff store. Oh. No.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit, it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Hotaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others? You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget, and my landlord complains.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Who is the person on the left?
Well done.
Yep. Who is the person in the middle? Suzanne Moreau.
Nice.
Who is the person on the right? That is Edward Marcy.
Think, Poirot.
No,
That is
sorry,
not a
not
good answer.
not Edwin. Cyrus Hardman.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the one.
That was easy. You are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
What is Miss Hardman's relationship with Mr. Michel?
Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé.
Huh. I have the impression my whole life to you is an open book. Yes, Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
Of course, much more is clear now. I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door. Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michelle has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only. If only.
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel. Obviously, Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and book.
Chef's kiss.
I wonder if our master chef gets his recipes from a game.
I do believe this looks very much like a Nintendo Switch case. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. Oh, thank you very much.
Golden mustache.
Golden mustache, of course. I go back out this way. Alright, back to the restaurant.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor, Pierre Michel, both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
Mademoiselle Locke, this...
Michel...
Both of them?
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family. What a coincidence, don't you think?
But it's incredible! What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
About the same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
What did they want me to believe? The murderer got on the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and got off immediately? The murderer boarded the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and is still on the train. The killer got on the train in Istanbul, killed Ratchet, and got off at Belgrade.
This is wrong.
No.
No, not good. voila. Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
Okay. Cool. So we've got to figure out this timeline. Reconstitution of the false lead. Reconstruct the events of the false lead. The murderer boards the train disguised as a conductor. The murderer gets off the train. I'm gonna say, all right. Let's just pop the obvious one down at the bottom here. Train stops at Vinkovsky at midnight. Mr. Michel goes down to the platform. The murderer boards the train, disguised as a conductor. The murderer kills Ratchet and exits the room. Exits through Madame Hubbard's room. The murderer leaves a knife. Leaves a knife there, losing a jacket button in the process. The murderer gets rid of the jacket. Okay, so then this one should be here, so that Pierre Michel gets back on the train, which leaves at 12:10 a.m.
My little grey cells did not let me...
Mon Dieu! Oui! That must be it! Everything fits so well!
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
Uh-huh. What is the most probable hypothesis? There are several murderers who escaped to Vinkovsky. There are several murderers who wanted Ratchet's money. There are several murderers all related to the Armstrong case. Well, that's a given.
Et voila. So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty, the world's greatest detective, Hercule Poirot, dropped into the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case, and who is not?
My poor friend, I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Who are the 9 people we know are connected to the Armstrong case? Okay. We know that Natalia Dragmirov is the godmother to Helena Adreni. Cyrus Hardman was the fiance to the nanny. Samuel Ratchet was the killer of Daisy. Joanna Locke is the detective. Hildegard Schmidt was the cook. Pierre Michel was the father of Suzanne Moret. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 more. Edward Masterman and Hector McQueen.
I do not think that's the right answer.
Okay. Okay. So that means that the only other person connected is Antonio. There we go. That makes more sense.
My little gray cells did not let me down. Fraulein Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman, and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Locke and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience. A work of art. Have you not felt that way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
Where would you like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
Alrighty then, we are going to wrap up this episode's video for today. My goodness, we have learnt so much. I think we are pretty much at the pointy end of this game. Poirot is pretty much ready to reveal to all of the passengers involved who he thinks the killer/killers are. There's been a lot of information being thrown into our faces, so taking a little bit more time to digest it all. Anyway, that's it from me. Before you head off, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on video content like this one, and send in your comments. We're pretty much at the end. I'm pretty sure you all have some idea formed in your head. If you do, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see what I'm up to, you can follow me on X and Instagram at FulishFuji. Links to all that and more are in the description below. Thank you for watching today, and I hope to catch you in the next one, friends. See ya!